As a coordinator, I know we are short in time, so I made my presentation from this to this. But I just kept in a couple of slides to show you some important things. I was listening to this morning session, so I think it should be good if we just see some of the outcomes of the benchmark to reflect what people or growers are really knowing or are aware of. So, supply of fresh water. Okay. Okay. These are some of the outcomes of our benchmark survey. So we did it for different regions. I have put here what people answered, what kind of quality or quantity problems they have related to their water source. And as you see, the blue bars is 100%. The orange ones, they say we have quantity problems. We have a shortage of water. It means either they don't have enough rainwater collection, either they don't have sufficient groundwater, any type of water, but they say we have a shortage of a specific or more water sources. And very funny to see is that in Spain, a little bit less than 50% of the growers said we have shortage of water. And if you see in the Northwest, in Belgium, the Netherlands, also a bit more, 50% almost said we experience a shortage of water. Interpretations in both countries are slightly different. But that also is a part of the thing. People interpret things differently. So, if you go to Poland, they have plenty of water. Also in Italy, it seems they experience some problems. Water quality issues, they also differ pretty much in each region. A very important graph here, willingness to change. The blue bar are the ones not willing to change. The orange ones are the ones willing to change. So I don't have to explain these graphs. They show very much the willingness of a grower at this moment. It was 2016, if they wanted to change or not. If I would do this or if we, as Fertinova, would do this exercise again this year, I guess in some regions it would be different. Important to see here is, for example, in Poland. There is a new legislation coming, and I think but the Polish will have to waive if I say something wrong. Groundwater prices, the fees for groundwater prices have raised. And you see it very clearly in the answers the people gave. The orange bar is much more than the blue bar. And it is because at this moment, or in 2016, they faced an upcoming legislation regarding water price. So those are just two things I wanted to show. And another one here, climate change. During the past 3 years, I've made a lot of phone calls all around Europe. You don't want to count my phone calls, but it were a huge amount. And I always make something about it. I always ask, or most of the time I ask, how is the weather like? And it's a very interesting thing after 3 years, because in Slovenia, I know, 2 years in a row, they had frost in the late May, and it caused a huge damage for the apple and the pear. Because the small fruits, they were completely ruined. They were gone. I know, for example, in Almeria, it was much hotter. Like Luc Peter said for us this year, it was sooner, hotter in spring. But Almerian people have to say if it's true or not. But that's what I remembered from a phone call. I also heard about very extreme hails here in Spain, destroying quite a lot of crops. So, my question to the next speaker, Matthias Glavan, Dr. Matthias Glavan, is it climate change? And what do we have to do? I guess a lot of people, and I guess also a lot of Northwestern people now, are very interested to know what you have to say about it. So in this way, I would like to introduce you to Matthias Glavan, and he will explain you something more about climate change.
Is it on? Oh, okay.